Thanks for being here. I am sipping on iced tea. It's actually a cold infusion. It's been a bit humid here in Melbourne the last few days, so I am sipping on this. It doesn't actually have any ice in it, but it's fresh out of the fridge, so it's nice and cool. And it's delicious. Let's get straight into it. I wanted to chat with you today about some learning, some growth, a bit of a revelation that I've had in regards to living with depression and anxiety, mostly the depression. It's thanks to a little bit of help from my therapist, my psychologist, so thank you. I had a bit of a rough week last week, and one of the things that I have come to realize and really begin to internalize, which is really important, is the fact that that my depression and the struggles that I might be having at any given time, that these are not who I am, that these are not me, and that the perseverance and the determination and the dedication to myself and my loved ones, these things that keep me going and that drive me every day, these are the things that are me. This is my true self. It's not the struggle, it's not the times where I am struggling not to beat myself up about not getting all of my things on my to-do list done for the day. Sometimes I don't get any of them done, and that's okay. Sometimes just existing needs to be okay, right? So I wanted to chat with you about this today because one of the main reasons that I have been really taking the time to focus on my writing and other forms of communication are in order to try to help tackle some of the stigmas around mental illness and mental health issues. So I thought that perhaps by sharing some of the things that I'm learning about myself, that it might potentially help someone else who may be struggling or even just living with this or something similar, that maybe it might help you get through your days a little bit easier. And even if you are not someone who lives with a mental illness, chances are you know someone or potentially love someone or live with someone who does. So hopefully this can even perhaps give you a little bit of insight into some of the things that may be going on for that person. When I'm having a hard time, it used to be that Brian would help me with responsibilities around the house. It might be, walking the dog, cooking dinner, doing the dishes, the cleaning, taking care of the yard, any of these things that might come up that might need to be done when I'm having a hard time. But being widowed and living alone means that all of those responsibilities fall to me all of the time now. So doing the dishes, cooking every meal, taking the dog for a walk, feeding the cats, all of these things on top of taking care of a large house, and not to mention large yards, so all of the mowing and whippersnipping or whippersnippering, weed whacking, all of these things are my responsibility now and mine alone. So when I'm having hard days, it can be really difficult to not get overwhelmed by the things that I might need to do in a day. Sometimes just getting out of bed is really hard, and I am lucky in the sense that I have 3 animals who live with me who need me to take care of them. They rely on me. So, there might be a morning where I just really struggle to get out of bed and maybe don't even want to open my eyes. And there's Mahoney at the side of the bed asking me to let her out to go to the bathroom. Being the youngest, she is a cuddle monster, so if I'm in bed, she just wants to be in bed with me, which is really sweet. But Rogue, the older cat, she does not like to be kept waiting for her breakfast. So she gets me up and out of bed, even sometimes when I begrudge her for it. It gets me up, and once I'm up, then the next thing to do is eat breakfast. Sometimes even that's hard. Sometimes all I can do is shuffle to the couch. Those are the really bad days for me. And I'm learning to be gentle with myself and recognizing that if all I do is get from the bed to the couch and feed the animals, then that needs to be okay sometimes. The first things to go for me when I'm having a really tough day or a tough few days, showering becomes really difficult. And if this is not something that you have experienced or know of, that might sound a little bit gross, but it's actually not uncommon. From what I know, I mean, I'm not a professional, but just from talking to friends who also, live with these issues, showering can be one that can be quite tough. For me, the next thing to go is doing the dishes, and that can get really overwhelming really quickly. So the next thing for me that comes from that is then beating myself up about being lazy, not getting anything done, not being productive. So what I really want to share with you, whether it's to remind you if you're someone who might struggle with these things, or even if you don't struggle and it's just nice to have this little reminder in your back pocket for any time that you might need it, or if you are someone who is seeking to understand this a little bit better for someone you care about, which is wonderful, then what I would really like to share with you is that, first of all, resting is productive. Your body needs it, your mind needs it, literally everyone needs rest. So as much as I am still getting better at being kind to myself about resting, I want to encourage you to be kind to yourself about resting as well, because it's important. And the other thing that I would really, really like to share with you that has been a little bit of a game changer for me in the last couple of weeks is the realization that the struggle is not me. The depression and the symptoms of it are not me. This is something that I live with and I deal with. What is me is the resilience and the determination and the perseverance and the dedication to myself and my loved ones to keep going each day, to get myself into the shower. If I miss one day, the next day I get up and I might think, you know what, I really don't want to do this, but I need to take care of myself because no one's going to do it for me. That is me. And that is you underneath as well. And it may not be that after one day of not showering, the next day you get up and do it. And if that's not what happens for you, that is okay. If literally just opening your eyes and getting out of bed in the morning is all that you can muster, that is still perseverance and dedication and resilience. And that is you. That's the real you. So, as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit emotional because I feel very passionately about this. So, in case you needed to hear it, I hope that helps, and I hope it's a reminder that you can come back to anytime you need it, or that you can share with someone else you think who might need it. I would be really happy if you wanted to share this with someone who you care about. And the other thing I would like to remind you is that you are loved. So, cheers to that. Big, big, big cheers to you for being here. I don't mean here with me. I mean here on this planet with people who care about you and know how important you are. So that is what I had to share for today. Please try to remember that vulnerability is powerful. Be kind, be courageous. I love you, and I'll see you next time.